Roach bees, yeah.
There's one right near my other side. Click this way.
Babuszka pamiętała na mojej noticy pisała. Na krasne miało wow! Nie, zimowe.
Where you first walked in, we'll collect them off you. Don't worry. Okay, a little bit about our sanctuary. It got built about 18 years ago, and we actually got into the Guinness Book of World Records, you know, the largest butterfly sanctuary in the world. But, I mean, it's not there anymore, of course, but the real reason why they built it fairly large is for the very pretty blue Ulysses butterfly. Now, they do like to fly fairly high, those Ulysses, so, you know, if we had made it too small, they just wouldn't have been very comfortable. And they're very nervous, sort of jittery, you know, princess syndrome sort of butterfly. So we had to work very hard to please them. Now they're protected. What that means, up to $5,000 fine, basically, you know, if you get caught disturbing them. And even though we work here, we find the wings sometimes of the Ulysses lying around. We're not allowed to take any home. We're not even supposed to fly. Now, one more protected species inside here. I'll just show you on the board. These two, Cairns bird wings there, large ones in the middle. Now, he's that lovely, you know, and handsome emerald green and black, and she's a very dark brown one. And even though they look very different, they've both got a red throat, yellow belly in common. When we see them up close, you'll see that. Okay, there you go. This is one of our nectar bars, actually. I'm sure you all know butterflies, well, not because of the new bottles, though, okay? You all know butterflies feed themselves normally with flowers, don't you? But because one butterfly takes around about 10 flowers a day, and we try to keep an average number of about 2,000 in here, you know, we really literally have to bring in 20,000 fresh flowers. We're going to feed them that way. So they came up with these feeders here. But you know what, these work really well. We're in Queensland, folks. If you want to come a bit close, I promise I'm very friendly here. What about you? Now, you know butterflies see all the colours of the rainbow, just like you and I. But you see right up into the ultraviolet spectrum, and guess what? White glows ultravioletly. You know, if you've been into a disco with a white shirt on, for example, you can imagine how that glows for them. Two other favourite colours are red, then there's hot pink as well, because they also glow ultravioletly. But why do they think these Tupperware Lydia are actually flowers? It's because they only see in colour. They don't really distinguish, you know, shapes or features, so that's 7 perfect flowers to them. Now, especially with these on the bottom there, if you play golf, you might recognise this very sophisticated cut-off golf tees. Perfect though, because yellow and green are both ultraviolet dull, and of course they're hollow. The butterfly then knows exactly where to find the nectar. You know, it's the throat, the bullseye of the flower. Now, our nectar looks a lot like, you know, dishwashing liquid or green cordial or something like that. But the green is just because we add a lot of vitamins, proteins to it. You know, we're trying to give them the same goodness they find in a real flower. But, you know, when we first started here, what we use is honey. But if honey sits a little bit too long in warm temperatures, it will ferment and become a little bit alcoholic, especially for a butterfly. So we had a little bit problems with very drunky, disorderly butterflies, and of course that's not a good look for butterfly sanctuary. Much better this way, more nutritional aura, and yeah. Okay, see this lovely orchard butterfly here? Actually, she's been patterned. There's another one right there. What they've come to do in this area is lay their eggs, and I'll show you. Now, when a female wants to lay an egg, she'll scratch on the leaf, as she's doing there. Through her front feet, she'll taste the leaf. The butterfly can taste through his front feet. And she'll go, yes, this is the right one for my caterpillar. Because caterpillars, like a lot of children, are fussy eaters. And the orchid, for example, only does like citrus to it, you know, the caterpillar. So of course the female lays it on the plant she knows the caterpillars eat, which makes our job easy. You know, we don't have to turn over all these leaves here to look for our eggs. You know, butterfly has a particular plant when they lay them. And this native passion fruit vine is another example. here. Now we hang them there for her because what she'll do is, although her caterpillars eat the spine and native passion rhubarb, she'll find an old leaf or a dead twig nearby, usually dead cell matter, trying to protect her eggs from predators that way. So that's why we hang the strings in. If I tend to be here a little bit too long, I often get laid on my head. They don't figure out the closest dead cell matter as opposed to the plant. But anyway, that's a bit of a joke. But anyway, we have to collect our eggs every hour and a half, and that sounds like a lot of work, but it's really important. There's a really teeny tiny wasp, and it likes to find a butterfly egg, and it will lay its own eggs inside it. And if we didn't collect our eggs, we'd of course end up bringing only wasps. The Australian wasp statue has got the same ring to it, of course. So we'll collect our eggs. Bring them out the back there, where we have our lab, just sort of tucked through there. And that is, you can think of it as the maternity centre. All our caterpillars hatch out down there. We've literally got thousands, and they're getting hand-fed, hand-raised. But as cute as that sounds, the lab people have only let me in once. I've been working here for over 2 years because it's so quarantined. And when I went in that morning, I had to make sure I had freshly washed hair, brand new clothes basically. Because apparently caterpillars catch all sorts of yucky, nasty viruses and diseases. They'll keep in quarantine, and in nature, only 2% survive. They expect, from egg to butterfly stage. It's a very small amount. Because we take a lot of care, we've got around about 70 to 80% success rate, so we're fairly happy. And as far as I know, we're the only butterfly sanctuary in the whole wide world that is completely self-sustaining too. So I'm fairly proud of that fact. Red lace in here. One of the only true red butterflies in Australia, in fact, that one there. Okay, how multiplied, lose those weeks go so quickly. It only loses 2 or 3 weeks on average. What they like to do all day is sunbathe. Now, there's not a pair in the world. Alright, you want to come on those weeks there? Would you believe that they ended up with 9 months? He's really trying hard to ask around, okay? Unfortunate there. Yeah, 9 months is a big difference, isn't it? And what should the colour of that one be there? Why do you put your actually butterfly? Okay, back to the horse. So, she states it, so she's in charge, she's the present, and she'll be taking it out and she'll carry him off elsewhere. Isn't that lovely? I think that's so romantic. Yeah, and that's really why you find most females in Helsinki, they'll naturally have a larger wingspan. They need that extra stretch to carry their dozy male around, of course, whereas a male, even if it has stuff, it's a little more attractive, because it's a job to really look at female butterfly too. Especially as a male butterfly, it doesn't tend to be that picky or choosy. You find they're crowded made as many times as they can get lucky, so to speak. So they'll also get slightly shorter, larger bands. 6 hours at a time, of course, you'll take a lot out of a butterfly, I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to hop out this way.
Блюсница. Колесного. Ось.